Hey everybody, thanks for coming out and watching this video. I know it was usually a live stream, but we're going to try and do something a little bit different. As you know, we're trying to change things up a little bit just so that we can continue to make some videos, me specifically, and I wanted to get back into it with the first block design for the month of March. So this will be the March block of the month, and we've done a bunch of background designing to see if what we like, but we wanted to share with you what we chose. So stick around and we'll show you what we're building. So as you can see on the screen right now, we've got the first two blocks and they look great together, and we're hoping that this next block will sort of work out the same way. And I think it's going to sit right about on this spot here. So let's get into it and start building out this block. So over on the block work table, we're going to create a new block, and it's going to be a piece block, and into easy draw, and here we go. I'm going to start the same way we did with the first two blocks and draw a grid, because it makes it easy and fast for us to get the same general build out as we've talked about in the past. So my first thought is I want to keep the theme very similar, and so we're going to try and draw out a pattern that we've already used. And I'm looking at this and going, wait a minute, where's the right line? Oh, that's right, it should be halfway through and halfway through. So we've got the same pattern. You've done this in the last blocks, at least I believe you did. Yep, it's right here and it's right here, so it's the same block or the same pattern, and we're going to do that on both sides, and this will give us a symmetric view. But as you know, we don't like to do everything the same, so we're going to draw this line. I think we use this technique as well, but I'm going to just click out half of a triangle here, and because I like the half of triangle look, and we're going to continue to do that on this one in the bottom as well to create the symmetric look. And you notice that it snapped to grid because I have my grid snaps turned on. I'm going to change this back because I had it set to something else for a different project. There we go. So what this does is that gives me a snap every half inch. So the horizontal and vertical snapping, in this case, if we've got a 12-inch block, or sorry, grid, not snaps. So we've got every half inch we've got a grid line, and the snaps are at every inch mark on a 12 by 12 inch block. Now remember, we're designing this block in 12 by 12, but I believe our overall block size is a 16-inch block. Just make sure that's what we had. 16-inch blocks here in the pattern. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is finish off this block, and we're going to make this block the same. And you'll notice we're going to take these down and make the mirror image in both places. So it's really neat. Now we've got this pattern is really going to be easier on the building of the block when you go to actually stitch the block, because it's all just half square triangles until we color it, and then we'll see what that looks like. So I think we're going to draw some lines in the corner. Now let's make some more half square triangles, but we're going to make them 2-inch like that. We're going to do that in all 4 corners. So you can see how this is going to go together fairly easily for everybody. Now, my original design has this as being a solid. And I'm sort of toying with the idea of changing that. So I'm gonna take the block and I'm gonna put in this just to do some testing. And this is what where you can have fun and just sort of make your design changes as you're doing your design. So I'm going to go into the color, and we're going to use our normal colors, and I believe we had a red. Looks about right. Of course we'll go, no, it's darker than that, so we'll go up here. That's a bit better. So we've got those two red, and I think I want to make these two red. Now we can, let's make these two red, and we're going to do the opposites. So sort of a pinwheel with the triangle point coming into the center. And let's go the top side here and the top side here. I think that looks good. So from our center part here, this is the area that where I was going to just leave it and have a single block, but I want to just audition a couple of things afterwards here. Let's also do these ones, and that alone is a really nice look, I think. But let's see what this looks like. Do I like that? Yeah, I like it, but I'm not. Let's see what it looks like this way. Sort of, but it gets away from what I'm looking for. So you'll notice a theme that I've got running through this is I've got the straight line, like the line in here, the line in here, into this block, into this triangle, and the line in same on the bottom. Now we could almost mirror that in red by going on one side, but that sort of leaves this out. So I'm going to take that out. Now what if we just leave that again? Go back to this one and take a look at it. I'm actually going to save this, and I want to take it over to the Quilt work table and see how it reflects based on here. So obviously the coloring's not right, but we'll fix that. I'm not sure I like that. It does fit with the rest of the patterns, but I'm not a big fan. Let's try and grab that tan color and so this is the original thought that I had that I wanted to go with for this block. So let's save this color. Let's put that in the block. Oops. It's not too bad. It's got. I like the fact that this would be solid. It makes it easier for everybody. We've done some pretty complex blocks in the beginning here, so I don't want to make it too simple. So I think I'm going to save that block and take a look at how that looks. And this is really the overall design process, is to take a look at how everything works with what you're doing. And would it look better in a different location maybe, rather than over here? So we're sort of auditioning where it's going to fit within the quilt, as well as if it fits better in a different, if the pattern actually works with the quilt at the same time. So yeah, I do like this better with the colored inner triangles. And I think that if we do this, I like it in this corner better than on the side here. So that's what I think we'll do, is we're just going to erase these two. I'm going to leave it up in the corner here and see what, for now, it's going to sit there. Or maybe let's put it here and see where. Ooh, that actually works out pretty good too. I think that might be the best place to go with that. Continuation of the pattern through. So I'm going to take our last month's block and we're going to move it and see whether or not we can get a better placement for it instead. And oh my goodness, it fits better up there. Look at that. It's starting to come together like it was designed this way. So as you can see, when we build these designs for the overall pattern of the quilt, we can move the blocks around to make it what we want it to be. And just by taking the block that we thought was going to be here and moving it up here, it solidifies this trio of blocks. Now, maybe one thing we want to do just as a test is to see whether or not this block, if the colors are inverted, where the red are the active pathing here, and then change it so that the white, the cream is the opposite, and see what that looks like. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to invert it, and we're going to go and just do all of the blocks, and we'll invert it to the opposite. Oh, missed one. And we would go looking back and forth because I lost track of where the actual colors need to be, and that was wrong. It was there. There we go. So as you can see, that gives it a completely different appearance visually. Same block, just different color layout. So let's take that new layout and put it here, or put it here. And you see how very quickly this fits in here better with this block. Or did I? No, I grabbed the wrong color. Silly me. So split colorings. There we go. All we did was rotate that color-wise. But even still, it just changes where the color match is, and it actually turns out to be a perfect example of how you can pull in multiple blocks. So for example, if we wanted to build out this quilt a little bit differently, and we only wanted to use these 3 blocks, we could do so very quickly, as you can see. by just putting the blocks in that we've done. Wrong one. There we go. And you can see how quickly you can come up with an overall quilt pattern with secondary designs of this shape and this shape, and then with a center rosette type star in the middle of the overall pattern. So really cool way to come up with additional designs, but making sure that you've got your flow throughout each of the areas of the overall design. So that's what we're gonna do for this one. I'm gonna go back to having only 3 because otherwise it's confusing, and I think we're gonna pick that one, the original one, with the to keep in line with this center block here, or the center series of blocks. So what does everybody think? I hope everybody liked it. I know it's a quicker video than we normally do for these, and as always, this will be out on Sunday, available for download off of the website. If you like this video, please don't forget to thumbs up, as well as if you're not subscribed, subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday and Sunday. Talk to you all later. Thanks very much. Hey everyone, sorry, I forgot to add what the block would look like if you just did this block as an entire quilt. So as you can see on the screen, it's a very interesting looking pattern, and I think that it could even stand on its own. So I hope you enjoy. Talk to y'all again next time.